Hello, and welcome to the section of my digital portfolio where I discuss the artifact of my fees and funding reflection. If you're viewing this video on a video sharing platform, I will have a link to my portfolio in the description below so that you can view the assignment yourself in its entirety after you watch this video. While this isn't the only assignment that I've included in my portfolio, it is one that I felt I wanted to include an additional explanation through in this video format to highlight the key aspects of librarianship that I believe it shows in my growth as I pursue my Master's in Library and Information Services degree. We're going to continue screen sharing as I walk you through a brief summary of what this assignment is all about. This assignment was created as part of my Seminar on Public Libraries course, analyzing the past and current trends of libraries with regards to their usage of fines as ways of maintaining funding for collections. I also considered the possible options for libraries in the future should they choose to do away with fines across the board. This assignment was formatted like a professional submission to be published in some sort of library periodical, which is why the first page after the title page contains a hook statement followed by a description for a coordinating image and an author biography statement. Libraries must decide where their priorities lie, with financial requirements, with the communities they serve, or even with the longevity of libraries in society. Funding is certainly important, but library administrators should carefully consider whether their funding will come at the cost of patrons who cannot afford it. That hook statement directly quotes a later portion of this submission and intends to let readers know one of the key messages that I reach in this assignment. As we continue to move through the submission, we start with the challenges that libraries face with regards to funding, and those challenges are often the most cited reasons for systems to include late fees as a way to generate revenue for the library. Further along, readers are shown contributing factors to the overall needs of the libraries as well as the needs of the communities that are served. The needs of the communities in particular highlight the potential risks of maintaining a funding that is based on late fees, as there are many library patrons for whom such fees would render them unable to return to the library, either by lack of financial resources or out of a sense of shame. To further drive this point home, I made sure to include examples of current library systems such as the Virginia Beach Public Libraries, or even recommendations from the American Library Association. Those were intended to reassure libraries that there are benefits to cutting late fees. Furthermore, I wanted to explore other areas where patrons might have to pay for certain library services, like printing, and also what options the libraries might be able to offer to mitigate those financial barriers. As I concluded in this reflection, I noted that while I certainly hope for all libraries to do away with late fees, this is a complex issue that will take time to solve. It is important to acknowledge the historical logic behind the fines and fees in libraries to understand their current impact on society. After all, if we intend for libraries to continue meeting the needs of their patrons, especially those experiencing any level of poverty, then we must also search for funding. It is a fine line to walk between the financial needs of the library and the potential for financial barriers to members of the public. Moving beyond traditional ways of funding will allow libraries to adapt with the changing needs of society, keeping them ingrained in culture so they can continue serving for years to come. I will certainly carry this principle with me as I continue my own career in librarianship and find ways to fund the services that my community members will need out of the library.